Now, Shraddha's grisly murder has now taken a sharp political turn, with some netas branding it love jihad. BJP's Giriraj Singh and Ram Kadam have said that Shraddha is a victim of love jihad, and that's a facet that can't be denied. Protests were also held in Mumbai and Delhi seeking an investigation into the love jihad angle. Now, a full-fledged battle of narratives has started, with the Congress lashing out at Union Minister Giriraj Singh, accusing him of trying to give a communal spin to a crime of passion.
ये एक षड्यंत्र है। भारत में गैर मुस्लिम लड़कियों को, हिंदू की लड़कियों को अपने फांस में जब लाना, चाहे प्यार मोहब्बत, चाहे वेशभूषा बदल करके, और फिर अगर धर्म नहीं स्वीकारा तो उसकी यही हालत होती है। न राहुल गांधी बोलेंगे, अन्य जिन्ना के रास्ते पर चलने वाले ओवैसी बोलेंगे।
ये भी दिखाता है कि ये क्रिमिनल माइंडेड इंसान जो है वो हो सकता है कि दूसरे भी महिला के साथ कुछ हो सकता था, पर मैं तो ये कहूंगी कि ऐसे केसेस जो है फास्ट ट्रैक कोर्ट पे चलाना चाहिए और तुरंत ऐसे लोगों को समाज में से प्रिजन के अंदर होना चाहिए और ऐसे लोगों को फांसी की सजा मिलनी चाहिए, ताकि कोई और दोबारा ऐसे कोई क्राइम करने के बारे में सोचे भी नहीं।
Remember, even in his FIR, Shraddha's father had spoken of how he had opposed her relationship with Aftab because of their religious differences, and she had said that they are no longer related. Now, the love jihad narrative is inexorably raising its head, even as grisly details of Aftab's deed have sickened all of India. So is politics leading to a communal spin being given to a relationship gone terribly wrong?
इसे मर्डर केस करके इस मामले को देख करके नहीं चलेगा, क्योंकि जिस प्रकार के पुरजोर तरीके से सबूत सामने आ रहे हैं, वे सबूत अपने आप में सुनिश्चित करते हैं कि इसमें दिल्ली पुलिस के द्वारा लव जिहाद का क्या एंगल है। इसकी भी जांच दिल्ली पुलिस के द्वारा हो, यह आवश्यक है। इसलिए दिल्ली पुलिस से हम मांग करते हैं कि इसके पीछे कोई एक व्यक्ति नहीं हो सकता, इसके पीछे कौन सा ग्रुप है, कौन सी गैंग है।
मैं समझता हूं कि इसकी जांच पूरी होनी चाहिए, जल्दी होनी चाहिए। इसका चालान जल्दी फाइल होकर फास्ट ट्रैक कोर्ट में जाए और आने वाले 3 महीने के अंदर हम आफ्ताब को फांसी पे देख सकें। श्रद्धा के पिता ने कहा है कि लव जिहाद के एंगल को भी टटोरा जाना चाहिए, इस एंगल से जांच होनी चाहिए। चाहे जिहादी जज्बे में लव जिहाद ये ऑर्गेनाइज्ड क्राइम हो या लोन वुल्फ हो, मैं विश्वास करता हूं कि दिल्ली पुलिस इसके सब पहलुओं पर विचार करके योग्य नतीजों तक पहुंचेगी।
I think this is one of the most heinous crime that can occur, and any amount of penalty, even death penalty, is less for these kind of crimes, and the accused should be given a deterrent punishment, so that the punishment given to him keeps a deterring example to all others who even think of this kind of a crime. And it's not a question of father of the victim demanding it. It's the society, the civil society, the human beings, everybody, we are all demanding the most deterrent punishment for the accused. And one thing also there, that other youngsters should learn a lesson from it before befriending strangers. And all these dating apps and all these things should also be monitored.
Let's take this across to our guest joining us for more. We have with us Tushar Gupta, senior editor of Swarajya. With us also is Naveen Choma, lawyer. With us is advocate ehtesham, Hashmi, political analyst, and Professor D.K. Giri, political analyst, also with us. Ehtesham, Hashmi, let me come to you first. You've heard the statements coming in from Ramdas Kadam. You've heard the statements from Union Minister Giriraj Singh, who want the love jihad aspect to be probed. They're saying that the family is demanding it. How do you respond to that? Is that a justified demand?
It's a very brutal crime. According to me, as a lawyer, I demand death penalty for the accused. And apart from this, I would request BJP leader to don't politicize this issue. And for the sake of information to all the viewers and all my co-panelists, with all due respect, I would like to submit and I would like to quote the data from National Crime Record Bureau that almost 76,000 cases of kidnapping and abduction are pending in various courts of Delhi. And lakhs of rape cases are pending investigation and pending trial before various courts of Delhi. Why Government of India and why our Ministry of Law and Justice is not taking any step to speed up the trial of these kinds of cases? What National Commission for Women is doing? Why can't we put a ban on dating app? Why can't we pass a dedicated law to establish a fast-track court and a dedicated investigation agency by female police officers? Government of India is not doing anything. If you see the data of last 7 years, then I like to quote the data from National Crime Record Bureau in
No, we all know, sir, there is no doubt, there's no doubt. I don't think there can be any dispute about the fact that these are all very sensitive issues, and unfortunately, despite gory incidents like Nirbhaya taking place, attitudes have not changed. Laws may change, but the unfortunate attitude and the nature of these crimes continue. But the larger question that I want to ask, and I want to take this across to Tushar Gupta, and by the way, many would question even your statement, sir, that dating apps should be banned. The whole question is attitude should be changed. There should be reformative change as far as individuals are concerned. You can demand safeguards. That's another matter entirely. But to say that people should stop dating because these apps should be removed, many would question even the wisdom of such a statement.
Because
but Tushar Gupta,
BJP don't endorse the concept of dating. One second,
sir, 1 second. Let's get in the other point of view. Tushar Gupta, you know, over here you have Mr. Ehtesham Hashmi coming out to say that it's a grisly crime. It should be investigated, but don't communalize it unnecessarily. Your response to him?
Good evening, Madhav. You know, he makes a mention about the dating apps. I do not agree with it. I'll give you an example, Madhav. There was a boy named Ankit who was killed by a group of Muslims. You know what his crime was as per them? That they were dating his sister. That Ankit was dating their sister who happened to be a Muslim. Now, in another case, I'll tell you, there was a man who was duping a woman, a Hindu woman, for 9 years after marriage, claiming to be a Hindu while he was a Muslim. So after 9 years of the marriage, a case was registered against this Muslim man and his family. Now, Madhav, the problem isn't dating apps. The problem isn't how we look at dating as a society or how we look at individual freedom. The problem is there is a problem of love jihad, which the society or the political setup does not want to acknowledge, at least on one side. They do not want to acknowledge that between the two communities, there is a steady...
Why don't you request Government of India to make a dedicated law in love jihad?
There is in UP, there is in Madhya Pradesh.
You are unnecessarily making these kinds of statements. These kinds of vulgar statements.
Why? There is no vulgar.
Who permission to make these kinds of statements? Please take back your statement. I am not going to endorse these kinds of nonsense over a national debate, national TV
These
channel.
are cases.
Love
These are cases.
What kind of a shit you are talking about?
All right, 1 second. Please calm down. I'm going to request everyone to calm down. 1 second, please. Let's not shout over each other. I understand it's a very emotive issue, but a simple question over here, Tushar Gupta, is that when demands such as or statements such as love jihad are made, there has to be some kind of proof. You know, there has to be some kind of evidence to show that this is indeed love jihad. What is the basis of making? 1 second, just please, before everyone starts shouting, one at a time. Tushar Gupta, what is the basis of making such a claim?
Madhav, look, I am not the one who's come up with the term. It's the state governments who see a pattern on the ground and they have come up with the law. So it's the panelist can do all he wants to yell at me, but it's not me who's making these statements or making these phrases. It's the governments on the ground who are seeing a pattern to these cases that yes, this is happening time and again, and yes, there needs to be safeguard against it, and yes, there is now a law which questions the forced conversions on the pretext of marriage by men. That is what is happening on the ground. The state governments are doing that. But when people say, oh, why don't you make a law? Why don't you do it? The UP government did make one. And people are suddenly asking the question, oh, why are you criminalizing individual freedom? Why are you putting a question mark against one committee? Look, at the end of the day, the government has to work with the crime data it has. If it sees a pattern, it will create a law. That is what the Uttar Pradesh government did. That's all.
Okay, let me bring Professor D.K. Giri into this. Professor D.K. Giri, it is absolutely justified given the kind of situation we've seen on ground in Uttar Pradesh, says Tushar Gupta. In this particular instant case, do you think that this is a justified demand, a probe into the aspect of love jihad?
I find it absolutely incomprehensible. This is a gruesome murder done by a serial killer and a psychopath. I don't see the angle of love.
Is he a serial killer, sir?
Love and jihad.
How is he a serial killer?
What I understand.
What are we saying?
The reporter was saying. Let me tell you.
These people defend.
Wait a minute. Your report was saying that he has killed another woman. Another woman from your report only I picked it up.
We have not said he has killed another woman. We have said that he had met another woman or brought another woman to that flat. There is no evidence of him killing another person at the moment, at least from the best of my knowledge, Professor Giri. If you know more about this case, perhaps you can share some wisdom with us.
Okay, all right. No, fair enough. Let me answer your question. It's a question of fact. So he is a psychopath. There is no doubt about it. It's a gruesome murder. There is no doubt about it. But I'm answering your question on love jihad. Love and jihad. What I understand, whoever has invented this concept, is that proselytizing, other religious people by marrying. So where is the murder angle comes here in love jihad?
There is no case of proselytizing. There's no question of marrying. In fact, marrying is something he was not agreeing to. Therefore, love jihad does not apply here. Naveen Jomal, your response.
Madhav, I have been actively involved in saving many Hindu women who have been the victims of love jihad, and we have successfully helped them come out of that particular torture and hell. And from all the girls, what we get to know is a specific pattern how the love jihad works. Whenever a Muslim guy befriends a Hindu woman, a Hindu girl, he is being held by 20 people behind the curtain to woo her, to entice her, to make him look the hero.
Who are these 20 people, sir? Do we know that? Is there evidence of that?
Yes. So there is a specific pattern, as Tushar Gupta rightly said, that there is a pattern we can understand.
Well, there may be a pattern, there may not be a pattern. We are not any much the wiser at the moment. At least the police have not pointed to anything in that regard, at least. And certainly we're completely out of time on this discussion. Well, let's wait for the investigators to come out and tell us what the truth in this entire matter is. I'd like to thank Tushar Gupta, Naveen Jomal, Advocate Ehtesham, Hashmi and Professor D.K. Giri for joining us this evening. Slipping into a quick break now.